at the rehearsal for the Schaumburg Youth Orchestra at the Prairie Center for the Arts. You're Joseph Malmquist.
Mm-hmm.
You're the director. You've been here for 25 years. What's it been like for 25 years?
It's been wonderful watching a concept and an idea evolve from a handful of students into a program that now slots 4 different levels of musicianship to be able to use. We develop the students. The answer, as often as practical can be, is always yes. We'll find room for you. You're auditioning, but it's more for placement than strictly acceptance. The top level orchestra, the symphony orchestra, which I'm lucky enough to direct, is very, very high level playing, made primarily of advanced high school students, some college students, and some very advanced junior high students, but primarily advanced high school level. And then after that, it tiers its way down, depending upon the audition season, into 3 other developmental ensembles, a full orchestra at the level directly below the symphony orchestra, and a couple of string groups, with some very fine educators working with those to help nurture and develop the students.
Now your background, you were working in a high school when this started, right? And you heard about it and got involved in the planning of it. Is that my correct understanding?
Yes, I was working actually at both Hoffman Estates High School and Conant High School at the time, and I was very interested in the initial steps they were taking and exactly how it would be set up. If done, what I strongly believe is the right way, it can create an educational environment which is good for the entire community of education, from the community and professional orchestra down to the beginning programs. Every piece of the puzzle works together to raise and assist and make the best learning environment for students. In some situations, it's made oppositional to it, becomes an elitist thing that siphons off the best players, and that can be cancerous to a school program if the reputation is if you're good enough, you join that group and you quit your school program. But that's a little like cutting your nose off to spite your face, because eventually there are no students left to come to your youth orchestra. So when set up correctly, there needs to be a perceived need for it, and at the time there was. There was a fine youth orchestra in Elgin, affiliated with the symphony there, run by Dr. Hansen, and of course the very famous and accomplished Chicago Youth Symphony. But there was not much else in between, so we contacted both of those organizations, and they agreed that there was a niche that we could fill without denigrating either one of the experiences for those groups. And so we proceeded, and we made part of our mission statement that we would work in conjunction with and enhance the school programs. The result is we went from 50-some students in the District 211, 214 area to 500 within those number of years from then till now. I'm convinced a lot of that had to do with the way we operated within the public school parameters, supporting those teachers and in return receiving their support.
I went out and talked to Mark Hamada. You remember Mark?
Sure.
And I asked him, one of the things that you do is take trips.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him about the trips. You go to Europe, right, and so on, and play in the different concert halls over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's see what Mark has to say about that experience when he was with you. Mark Hamada was one of Mr. Malmquist's students many years ago, and you're now a music teacher. What got you, is that what got you involved in music to a certain extent?
I had been taking music lessons throughout my life, thanks to my parents, and it really wasn't until I reached high school that I appreciated everything that my parents did as far as piano lessons and violin lessons, and getting the chance to perform in ensembles with Mr. Malmquist really got me hooked on music.
Now, is he a real taskmaster, or what was he like as an orchestra leader and a teacher and a director?
He was very inspiring, and his passion for music was very evident, and that got all of us very excited to perform and made us appreciate music on a level that at that age I had never experienced before.
Now, with that group, did you go places where you never thought you would? I mean, did you go on trips and so on?
Sure. Sure. Especially with the Schaumburg Youth Orchestra, I had an opportunity to travel through Europe twice, actually. The first time was through Prague and Austria. The second time was through Italy.
And what were the audiences like? What was it like playing at an audience in a foreign country?
Very enthusiastic. It's a very different culture, a different appreciation for music, and that was thrilling to experience.
Now, you just started teaching, well, you've taught for a little while, but you're working in one of the junior highs here. And what's it like working with the students today, you know, knowing what it was like when you were that young?
I love it. I love it. My first 2 years of teaching right out of college were not here, but they were in Arizona,
Right.
in a totally different world. And this is my first year back in Schaumburg teaching, and I really feel a sense of pride and familiarity with these students, and I know what it's like to grow up and to be 13 in Schaumburg, and it's a pleasure to be working here.
And isn't it great that he just got the Illinois Youth Concert Orchestra Leader of the Year from the state of Illinois? That's pretty fantastic.
I think that's fantastic, and no one deserves it more.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and I appreciate the time you gave us.
Thank you.
From your point of view, what's it like going over to Europe, getting in all these old facilities and, you know, hearing the music come out?
It's so moving when we first walk in and you see high school students awestruck by the privilege of playing in these places. Makes you very proud of them that they sense the importance of where they are and what they're about to engage in. The last cathedral we played in, the students walked through the door and said, "Can we go back for 2 or 3 months and practice some more and then come back again?" They really feel like they're part of something special. They want to represent their community, themselves, their country in the best possible light. They're wonderful ambassadors that you would be so proud of if you saw how they conducted themselves.
Well, and I would assume that this builds the cohesiveness of the orchestra, right?
It's an experience the students will never forget. Friendships are forged for a lifetime through these trips. It's always a great year the year following these because the students, there's so much momentum built with the personal relationships and the commitment to excellence that this engenders.
Now, Mark has a sister, and she was in your original group, right?
Yes,
Okay, so that was back in 1988, 89, right?
yes.
Right. She's gone on to Northwestern. It's my understanding that she's a very proficient music educator now.
Yeah, she's part of the adjunct faculty at Northwestern, teaches
I
piano.
believe so. And I assume, are there other students out there that you have that have gone on in the music area?
Well, when we do our 25th reunion concert at Orchestra Hall, we have a couple of guest stars that are coming back. The one gentleman, Zach Prusel, is a cellist. He has an undergraduate degree from the New England Conservatory of Music and a graduate degree from the Eastman School of Music. And Natsuki Kumagai, who is, she has her undergraduate, I believe, was also from Eastman, but right now she's on scholarship and studying at Juilliard. We have another young lady who's a freelance musician in Los Angeles who went on a full ride to Northwestern and continued on and got a full ride in an advanced violin performance degree from Juilliard. We have another young man who has a master's in music from the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, etc. Several of them will be joining us for this concert.
That's pretty impressive.
That's their due.
Well, right.
It's fun to be able to have this. It's fun to be able to offer this opportunity for people of that caliber.
Now, you can't, I understand, people would say, well, you know, they went down there and got into Orchestra Hall. But that's really quite an honor in itself to be able to, you have to pay for part of that, and you're having a fundraising campaign, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the support group that's down there to help you out, right?
Yes, you're treated absolutely as artists when you get there. The stage hands, the work, the people that do the lighting, the people that do all of the logistics. You get the red carpet treatment. It's a wonderful experience. And again, it's powerfully moving to see how much it means to the high school students. They recognize that this just isn't a place to go play, that they sense the presence of all of the musicians that have gone before them. Some of the finest composers and conductors and musicians the world have ever seen have walked those boards. And the students recognize that. They feel the impact of where they are and the importance of what they're doing.
Now, I'm just a klutz, and I wish I could play music. My mother had a piano, and I never got to play it, but never learned it. But I assume, too, going down to places like Orchestra Hall, I mean, it's great playing in the Prairie Center here. It's a great facility. It's a nice size. But I assume that when the students get down to Orchestra Hall, the sound and the acoustics and everything else has got to be a thrill.
Of course. I mean, the hall was built for one reason and one reason only, and that's to be a temple of music. Is really what. So it's designed for sound and for no other reason other than to have performers have the best possible place to be able to hear each other on stage, to balance what they're doing, to have an ambient sound that they can work with, and to project it well to the audience. It's literally an auditorium, a place of sound.
Okay, we're going to spend a couple minutes at the rehearsal, and so let's go and listen to some of the rehearsing tonight. You're getting ready tonight for what? For the Chicago Symphony and so on?
Well, we've been pacing really over the course of the whole year for our various concerts we do here, and also a little bit of preparatory work for when our spring concert's done, so we're ready to tackle the Chicago Symphony program that we're doing.
Okay, so let's listen to a little bit of that.
Balance-wise, pretty good. A tiny bit less first trumpet in these brass chords, just a little bit, not much. It's very close. Beginning.
I am really excited for this, and I'm sure you're excited too, but it's probably more difficult on your end. But you've just been named the Conductor of the Year for the Youth Symphonies of all of Illinois. That's got to be a great honor.
Yes. I'm sure that the selection process has a lot to do with who puts in a good application, and the management here put in a wonderful application. What really feels like the honor to me is I got to see some of the recommendations they garnered, and the response of my colleagues both here and at Elgin Symphony, the response and the warmth for that feels to me as important as any award at all, is just the support and the response.
Well, I want to congratulate you. That's a really nice thing to have in your resume, so to speak. Mr. Malmquist, I really want to thank you for the time. I know it's been a busy day. You were at a show this with an orchestra this afternoon, right?
Elgin Symphony Orchestra. We had our subscription series Friday night here, and then Saturday night in Elgin, and then just this afternoon.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us, and congratulations on the award, and I hope the future goes well with this. I think this is a great group. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm Burke McDonald with Schaumburg Heartbeat. Hope to see you again soon.
Celebrate the first day of summer with an evening of Illinois wines and brews on the Prairie. The Schaumburg Park Foundation Solstice Hop and Vine Fest is Saturday, June 21st at the Spring Valley Nature Center. Bring your friends and make a few new ones while you enjoy fine wine, hors d'oeuvres, live music, and nature walks. Proceeds benefit the Schaumburg Park District Scholarship Program, helping families who may not otherwise have the financial ability to participate in Park District events. Tickets are available for $30 through PayPal at schaumburgparkfoundation.org. Parking is free. The Solstice Hop and Vine Fest, A great way to kick off a great summer.
Hi, this is Toni Higgins-Thrash, reporter for cable station WSPD, here at the Prairie Center for the Arts for a very special event, the second annual Senior Follies. And this is Rob Pileckis, and can you tell me your title and your involvement?
I am the production supervisor here at the Prairie Center, and I am happy to say that Senior Follies is one of the programs that I work on here at the Prairie Center, and it's going to be a great event.
Exactly how many acts do you have this year?
We've got 11 acts this year. We're mixing in some acts that we've had from last year, some new acts this year. So it's going to be a really fun show that I think people are really going to enjoy. Everything from singing to dancing, a little tap dancing, to some hip hop dancing, and a little comedy. I think is going to be put into the mix somewhere.
So compared to last year, has the acts increased?
It's about the same because we really liked the length of last year's show. So we didn't want to make it too long, didn't want to make it too short. So I think on our first try we hit just the right tone with the length last year. So it's going to be about the same length, about an hour and a half maybe running time.
So at the auditions, do you have to pay to be part of the audition? Is there an audition fee?
Actually, there's no audition fee. We send a general release out to the community to invite people, not just from Schaumburg, but from all over the northwest suburbs to perform in it. And they all show up one day and just try their act out for us. And if everything looks good, they're in the show. And we're happy to say that we were able to accommodate all the people who auditioned. And that was a good thing too, because they're all very, very good at what they do. So it's been very smooth and very fun.
So you do this at the same time every year, about this time?
Yes,
it's
we
on
did
your
it.
Schedule?
Last year was around this time, around March and April. And again, it's in the spring. We find a lot of people come back from their vacations, maybe down south or somewhere else. Everyone's back and fresh and rejuvenated, ready to do some fun.
How did you get this idea? It's awesome.
It is a great idea. Actually, we have a cultural commission here that works on the programming for the Prairie Center. Betty Solomon, one of the cultural commission members, came across a story of this going on in a neighboring community and thought, since we have lots of talent here in Schaumburg, we should do our own. We have a performing arts center. We have a theater. Why not do it? So in our first try out, we hit a home run, had a great show, and I think it's going to become an annual tradition here.
So Senior Follies, I'm 68. How old do I have to be part of this?
If you're 62 or over, you're in.
Okay.
And we have some people who are around that age, and we have some people who are a bit above that age as well.
But I can't have, I have a dance team, and they're younger than me. They're not quite my age. They couldn't audition with me. I'd have to
if you had
probably do a solo.
If you had someone who was, say, 10 years old, they'd have to wait 52 years to get in. So it's difficult sometimes.
Well, this is a really great idea because, some people as they age get more talented than when they're younger, especially opera,
Absolutely.
Because, the
Right.
vocalization.
The voice ripens, it matures, and I think that's what we're seeing here, is that we're seeing talent that these are people who've maybe been doing this for quite some time, they've become comfortable with it, they're confident with it, and they're happy to share it. It's a gift that they like to still keep sharing.
You mentioned tap. Now, tap is another thing. There's
Right.
different styles of tap, and I think my generation had lower tap to the ground.
Right.
Where musical theater tap is more on the toes. So, I mean,
Right.
you're going to, probably our viewers, if they see some of our clips, are going to see some genre.
I think you're going to see some good old-fashioned...
That's why it's called the Follies.
Right. As I think in the traditional sense, they're going to be dancing girls. So it's an all-ladies tap dance group. I believe there are 7 dancers. Extraordinary. Just
So
wonderful.
you're going to do this again next year?
We're going to keep doing it every year. I think it's a lot of fun. The community comes out for it. We have a nice reception afterwards, a dessert reception, and it's. I think it helps bring the community together, like a lot of the stuff we do here.
And you know what? A mature adult does more than they've ever done before.
Right.
I mean, we're
That's
more
true.
health conscious, we more exercise
Absolutely.
more,
Right.
we eat better, and so we're
Right.
more vibrant, and I think people overall are living longer.
They're living longer. They're living, like you said, healthier, and they continue to enjoy life, and that's the kind of the beauty of it. It is really a celebration of life.
Great. Well, thank you so much
Thanks,
for having
Toni.
us.
Thank you.
We're going to be very soon interviewing most of the dancers, everybody, and the performers,
Mm-hmm. Sure, and the singers
and the
and the-
singers, and we're going to meet them all in just a minute. Well, I'm here interviewing one of our acts today for the Senior Follies. And what is your name?
Adeline Lind.
And what is your act about today?
I'm just going to sing Honey Bun. It's a song from South Pacific where the nurse is kind of making fun of the guys.
Oh, is that why you have the sailor top on?
Yeah.
This looks pretty authentic to me.
Yes, it was. My husband's, when he was in World War II, he was on the Essex, a big aircraft carrier.
Is he in the act with you today?
No, he's deceased.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But you know what? He's probably up there looking down on you going, thumbs
There
up.
she goes again.
Have you done a lot of singing in your past?
Well, I sing with the Schaumburg Community Singers, and I sing at church, and that's pretty much it.
So do you have any butterflies that you're feeling at this time?
There's
Because
always some,
Their
yeah.
rehearsal is today, and then on Sunday is your performance.
Performance, yeah.
Did you do this last year?
No, I wasn't here last year.
How did you hear about this?
I saw it in the paper, and a friend of mine was telling me I've got to come and do this, so here I am.
Well, you're paving the way. You know, maybe next year you could get a big group together
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
and then come back.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, nice meeting you. I look forward to
Well, thank
seeing your
you.
act in a couple of minutes.
Okay, well, thank you.
Well, I'm back again with our second act that we're going to be seeing clips of probably. And can I have your names, please?
My name is Joan Neville.
Robert Garvey.
And what community do you live in?
I live in Palatine, Illinois.
I live in Schaumburg.
What is your act today?
We're going to do a tango and a swing.
Did you enjoy working with her? How long have you guys been working together on this?
Oh, this routine, like a few months. Yeah, this routine, a few months. But last year we performed a cha-cha here.
So you were a part of this last year.
Yes.
Did you have a good experience?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was fun.
So cha-cha, you're going to do a cha-cha and
No, it's a tango swing.
tango. Oh, tango. That's a very sultry dance. Is that one of your favorites?
I love it.
And that. How long have you been dancing?
Probably since I was 3. But I mean, I was dancing a different dance, but it was still dancing. And my dad always made sure we learned how to dance.
So your dad inspired you?
Definitely.
How about you? Who inspired you?
Fred Astaire.
All-time great, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
So do you have butterflies?
A few.
How about you?
No.
So are you good to go?
Definitely.
Can you show me the thumbs up?
We got it.
We got it. They got it. Now it's time for us to meet the entire cast of Senior Follies 2014 here at the Prairie Center for the Arts in Schaumburg. I'm going to ask all of you to say your name, the community you live in, and a special tribute to somebody special in your life.
My name is Alfred Papievsky. I live in Elgin, Illinois, and the first tribute that I'd like to pay is for Buddy Clark, if anybody can remember that singer.
My name is Bill Moretti, and I'm from Streamwood, Illinois, and I am grateful to my father because he played all the string instruments, and I've learned a lot of songs, and he gave me, when he passed away, I inherited all his music, and I got bundles of music, and I just love to sing, and that's all I can tell you.
My name is Don Landis, and I live in Elk Grove Village, and I'm going to sing a tribute to both Dean Martin and Johnny Cash, two of my favorites. Thank you.
My name is Dan Lambetis. I'm from Schaumburg, and I've been married to my wonderful wife, Dolores, for 49 years, and a month or so, we're going to be our 50th anniversary very shortly, and I wish she was here right now so I could give her a big hug.
My name is Joan Neville, and I'm from Palatine, Illinois. And I'd like to thank my whole family for always being supportive of me, and for Rob for letting us dance here today and last year also. Thanks.
My name is Robert Garvey from Schaumburg, Illinois. I'm a dancer, and the person who inspired me was Fred Astaire. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bea Golub, and I live in Streamwood. And the perfect man that I met and married is my husband, Arthur Golub. He's wonderful.
My name is Earl Hunt. I live in Northlake, and I want to thank my mother and father for making me possible, and also Placido Domingo. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Adeline Lind from Schaumburg. Been here since '53, and come out Monday night for the community singers at Schaumburg, CRC.
Hi, my name is Joan Munstock. I've lived out in Schaumburg for 47 years now, saw a lot of changes. I'm grateful to my mother, who was always supportive and encouraged me in the arts, and I'm also very grateful to Harper College because I've taken a lot of dance classes there and am taking hip-hop classes right now.
Hello there. My name is Margaret Parati. I'm from Schaumburg. Let's see. I love Rob. He's great. Because he thinks I'm great. What else can I ask for? I have 2 adorable grandchildren. My little Gianna sings also. She's 4 years old. She stands on a little stage, makes her own stage, and she puts her arms out and sings all the songs that are in that new little Frozen movie. Anyway, I love to sing. I've been singing since I was, 11 or 12. Took singing lessons, have been in a lot of different singing things and productions, theatrical productions, and that's all. That's all I have. Thanks.
I'm Robert Gunnison from Schaumburg. I want to thank Margaret for asking me to accompany her on her song today, and I've been a musician since I was 6 years old. That's about it. Thanks.
Trixie. We have too many blondes already. Next.
Wait a minute. Oh, you don't love my act. Wait a minute.
Oh, I guess we could use a redhead for a change. Let's see what you got, Dixie.
Some men follow rainbows, I am told. Some men search for silver, some for gold. I've been told that I have found my treasure in your soul. Honey, all I ever need is you. Without love, I never find a way. Through ups and downs of every single day. Sleep at night until you see, honey. All I ever need is you.
say the thing he truly feels, and not the words of William Neal. The record shows I took the blow and did it my way.
As usual, she's not paying too much attention to me while I'm talking to the nurse that's doing the work in that. And the nurse was a big Michael Jackson fan, and I said, well, have you ever been to, did you ever go to one of his concerts? She said, did I? Well, as usual, my wife wasn't listening to me, and at the same time that I asked the nurse that question, she asked the nurse, what's your name? And then when the nurse said to me, did I, my wife, Stella, said, what a cute name. That's what she gets for not listening.
And I hear that train come, it's rolling around the bend. Hey, I ain't seen the sunshine since. Well, I don't know when I'm lost in Folsom Bridge, and time keeps dragging on. But this train keeps on rolling on down the San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, well, always be a good boy, now don't ever play with guns.
Are the lilac trees in this part of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. I know the powering feeling, just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear, you may appear. Does enchantment pour out of every door? Though it's just on the street while I adore.
Well, thank you for joining us for this segment here at the Prairie Center for the Arts Senior Follies 2014. So here's the stage. Think about it for next year for those auditions for Senior Follies 2015. You have to be 62, I believe, and I hope to see you at the next auditions. Bye.